Hello and welcome to another Demon 212 original SNES cart review. Today I'm going to be taking a look at Zombies Ate My Neighbours, or just Zombies if you've got the EU version. I do, but I personally prefer the other name. At the start here you get start and password. You get a password every 4 levels, 57 levels overall. There's technically supposed to be only 55, but there's secret levels and that, so anyway there's 57. 2 characters, Zeke and Julie. They're both identical. There really isn't any problem at all changing between the two, so the only difference is one's a guy, one's a girl. The levels usually have stupid names and funny names. There's one of the levels, I can never remember which it is. I think it's level 7, which says even worse, like even more worse than level 5. It's just stupid names, and it's a B-movie theme throughout the entire game. Really, just loads of really corny horror stuff. But it's one of them things that it doesn't exactly affect the game because it's supposed to be stupid like that, and it just makes it funny as well. I personally love the game, and I suppose the best way to describe it is kind of like a gauntlet style game. It's got co-op, and the co-op really is co-op. You have to work together because the camera doesn't zoom out, so you don't want to be trying to run off from each other, because like that there, if you go over the trampoline, one of you could be stuck there, and if you're trying to run around here, then they can get trapped in a corner and get killed. So you really do have to work together. You have to be right next to each other all the time, and preferably shooting each other's enemies and that. One of the things you're going to have to do though is work out who gets what weapons when and who fires when if you're both in a mad dash to get somewhere, because ammo is very scarce on the game, and while you get password saves, it doesn't save your ammo. So if you switch off and you've still got 3 or 4 lives left, if you're actually planning on beating the game, then you're stupid for doing so, because you lose all your ammo, as I say, and it just makes the game nightmarishly hard. Object is you've got 10 neighbours to rescue. When you rescue the neighbours, a door opens. The neighbours can get killed, and that carries over. So if one gets killed on this level, then the next level will only have 9. Neighbours can come back every now and then, and there's also a special 11th type of neighbour, which is on a very secret level, so that's cool. But if you're getting lost with trying to find where they are, you've got this little radar here which can help out. You can put it on at any time. There's no time limit to how long you can use it or anything. So just put it on if you can't find one of them, and it should hopefully help you out by just having a bit of a blinking light. So speaking of the neighbours, there's actually bonuses you can get for rescuing more than your mate and for rescuing all of them. Weapons on the game, there's all sorts of daft ones. There's serious ones as well, but I mean, you've got water pistols which make your enemies explode like that. Well, yeah, zombies and that. You've got soda pop cans, but then you've got bazookas, you've got crosses like anks and all that spin round and they can cut through things. You've got weed cutters, for crying out loud, as well. So as I say, some stupid weapons, some real weapons, and pretty much all real items, though, to be fair, with the exception of Pandora's box, which, while it is a weapon, it's classed as an item. It goes in your item stash, because that's the one on the right side, because obviously you've got the weapons and you've got the keys and the med kits and that, and you use that and all hell breaks loose, and it's just really cool. You can get the med packs, obviously, which you can just use them at any point, but obviously the best time to use them is when you're down to 1 bar of health. Health's in the top left. As well as normal keys, you can get skeleton keys, and basically the keys, in case you haven't guessed it, open the doors and also open treasure chests and things like that. There's all sorts of different levels out there. Like, I know I've said 57 levels, but there's like level types as well. You've got these ones here, which are outside in a garden. You've got ones on a football pitch. You've got ones in a old mine shaft type thing. You've got ones in spooky castles, ones in ancient Egypt and all that. So there's some cool locations to it. Graphically, the game looks fantastic, and musically it sounds fantastic as well. So I'm just going to shut up and let you listen to a bit of the music now. So there we go then, that was a bit of the music. If you haven't got any keys and you really need to get past the door, or even if you just find an area that looks a bit suspicious, you can pull out your bazooka and you'll be able to blow a hole in the wall, which is really cool. You can also find potions. Some are mystery potions, some are potions that turn you into a ghost, which basically means you can't be harmed, but surprisingly enough you can't actually walk through walls either. And then you've got the potions which simply turn you into a big badass purple werewolf, like this here. When you turn into them, you're pretty much invincible. You can get hurt by bigger things, I believe, but even then it's one of them things that you just go around on a rampage, smashing walls, killing enemies. Very useful for when you're fighting the giant babies, because there's all sorts of zany enemies on it. As I've just said, giant babies, you've got giant ants, you've got the standard zombies, you've got mini little baby axe murderers out there, you've got chainsaw murderers or axe murderers, because it's different in each version, I believe. Like the American ones, I think the chainsaws, and the European ones, the axe murderers. So a bit weird with that. But there's all sorts of zany enemies out there, and it's just one of them things that, as I say, it's supposed to be the B-movie horror thing. The only thing I've got left to mention is just basically how underrated this game is. For every fan, there's about 10 haters, and it's getting a lot of flack for stupid reasons. I've seen people say it's a crap game because how the hell do you pronounce Z-E-K-E? Well, it's quite obviously Zeke, it's a real name, look it up. You've got people hating it because it's too hard in places. Well, so what? It's a hard game. You've got people hating it because it's a bit repetitive. Well, it is a Gauntlet style game, and Gauntlet had 100 levels, and many people played that. This has got a lot more variation and a lot of other great things. It's one of them that I've already said I love the game. I really do love the game. Pretty much everything about it. It's been one of my favourite games for like ever since the first time I played it, and I personally think it's one of the best co-op games out there. I also think that if this comes out of the VC, it's a must buy even for myself, because the VC save would really come in handy for this, because as I say, it can get to the point where, because yeah, it's a Gauntlet style game, it might get a bit repetitive, you might want to switch it off, but if you're trying to beat the game, and as I say, you've got 4 lives left, you don't really want to switch it off, but then you don't want to sicken yourself with the game either, so VC save, absolutely perfect for that. So there we go then. That's been the review. I hope you found it helpful. I don't score the games because that's based purely on opinion, so instead I'll leave you to make your own mind up. So thanks for watching, and if you've got any questions about the game that I didn't answer in the vid or that hasn't been answered in the comments, then feel free to ask and I'll help if I can. Also, if you did find it helpful, don't forget to check out my channel because there's plenty more like this up there, and don't forget to subscribe because there'll be plenty more to come as well. So until next time, this has been Demon212, signing off.